Ooh, all right, all right, all right. I haven't sat on the floor to do a reading in forever because I'm too old for this. But I did this today for a reason because I don't know if I'm gonna feel like doing graphics to attach to this later, but I'm gonna read Nazeer Wiggins, and this is gonna be the part 3 of the Cabo 6. It's something about when he went live and did his statement, aka his confession, that's what I call it. I re-listened to it today because I wanted to get his energy to do the reading, which is going to be a lot more in depth with him because I didn't have as much to go on everybody else, but I still pulled what I could. Something stood out to me out of all the lies he told, believe it or not, because he told a lot of them, contradicted a lot of them, and then still retold some more. He said at the end of his live, we gave her saline. She was dehydrated. Instantly, I went into double think mode. Like, who the hell is we in saline? You can't drink saline, so how in the hell did y'all administer saline? What is he talking about? So in the middle of me thinking about this, I had a spirit guide said, no, honey, Visine. And it blew the roof off of my whole entire mind, because Visine is a saline solution drop for eyes. So I looked it up to see the end result of what happens when you take saline. And before I could even pull up any videos, I had a flashback to a conversation with an older person in my family that was heavy in the streets. And they told me when I was younger, we talking about almost like 25, 30 years ago, that was an old school hoe trick that the prostitute, rather, would drop Visine and whoever the John that they were dealing with drink, and it would knock them out. And while they were out, they would take everything before the person could wake up. By the time the person wake up the next day, they're gone. All their stuff is gone. But there were some tragedies that pretty much like you overdosed them and they passed away and they sleep, and they look like they died in their sleep. And then I researched even further because I'm like, that's a bombshell that, you drop this in somebody drink and they get sleepy, they get woozy, they gotta go lay down, right? Or you give them too much, they get sick on the stomach, they lose their, they lose their ability to hold their bowels, or, they end up vomiting. So I look even further. And matter of fact, where's my remote? Because I want to pull up what I was looking at earlier. And I was completely outdone. And once we do this, I'm going to go into the reading, and when need be, I'll stop to pull up his confession video, aka his public statement, because this made a world of sense to me. The chemical in eye drops, certain eye drops, not all, but the chemical in eye drops that makes you drowsy, that could kill you in your sleep, is tetrahydrozine. It does not show up on a normal toxicology report. You have to have a special reason to look for it. It does not show up, but it will show up that saline is in the system. Now you get what I mean by the fact that he even said that. It was such a Freudian slip.
Here for more.
Ask your doctor about Safnella. Visit safnella.com.
Come on, commercial break. Come on. Oh, y'all gonna hit me with 2 commercials. This is some bullshit. Okay, here we go.
Today's iSchool, I have a true crime murder mystery. It is not often that I care and murder.
Now, this video is credited to iSchool with Dr. D. And this is under the copyright laws because this is for educational purposes only, okay? But I am crediting iSchool with Dr. D because after I heard him say that, this was the first thing I saw that got me to go down the journey of what the hell could happen with Visine. I'm gonna fast forward to the important part. Here we go. This is from the first 48.
He died of a heart attack, but his nephews were suspicious from the start.
We were both of the opinion that she had a hand in his death.
A coroner later found Clayton's blood contained tetrahydrozoline, a chemical ingredient used in eye drops.
So this actually happened just down the road from me in Lake Wylie, South Carolina. That's a lake right on the North Carolina-South Carolina line and the location of our death by eye drop mystery. That's not much of a mystery because I just showed you what happened. So here's the facts. Lana Sue Clayton and her husband Stephen lived in a $1 million house on Lake Wylie. You saw them say it looked like lifestyles of the rich and famous. Stephen was originally from South Florida and founded a company called Physical Therapy.
This is very, very important.
Some articles after his death called him a healthcare tycoon. He apparently loved to garden. At one time, his house in Fort Lauderdale was featured in the Sun Sentinel. We also know that
okay, let me skip a little forward.
Wrestling. Lana Sue Clayton was a nurse in South Carolina.
Okay, listen. She was a nurse, healthcare professional.
Really all we know is that there's a 2016 incident where she's recorded as shooting him in his head with a crossbow. In September 2018, Stephen was found dying at the foot of his stairs in the foyer of his beautiful home. At first, he was diagnosed as having had a heart attack that led to his death. However, his nephews, as you saw, were very suspicious, and indeed an autopsy did reveal high levels of tetrahydrozoline in his blood. Now, either he just has a Visine obsession or someone put it there, and I'm going to have to go with the latter. Lana Sue then claimed she put it in his drinks over the course of 3
hear that?
days, but she was just doing it to make him feel uncomfortable and sick. And she claims that she was surprised when he actually died.
Okay, that's it and that's all. Now I'm going into the reading. This literally, oh my gosh. Nazeer, I already hate you for having me on the floor, but I had to come in here because I didn't know, literally, I didn't know if I was going to be able to edit this later because I got this realization this morning while I was watching his confession at the very end where he was talking about the nurse found her and that's what he was told. And then he gave 3 different examples of how he actually showed up, which I thought was confusing. But that one thing he said, we gave her saline. Those eye drops are a version of saline, but it's the chemical in that saline that could affect someone to make them drowsy. And literally, it came to me this morning, and I don't know why, but it means something. It means something big. Okay, so occupation in the main female. I keep telling y'all, okay, somebody wanted to work with her. Bottom of the deck, unexpected income. But that unexpected income is going to land them where? In court. So I'm going to put this card here for court. Unexpected income, marriage. They wanted her to go into an agreement, a contract, okay, to agree to give them a certain amount of money. Not only was this a collaboration, this was because of two people that's screwing. Excuse me. And they came up with this idea that was going to bring great fortune. But that idea resulted in the mature woman having this 21-gun salute, which Shanquilla had a heck of a send-off. She had a beautiful funeral from what I could see. Excuse me. Damn sage is burning high. But the mature woman, she, if I'm not mistaken, she was older than them. She would be like the senior person in the room, even though they were all young, which means, you know, her being 25, mentally she was more stable, but I believe she was older than most of the people that attacked her. This led them sending her up led to what? Toil and labor. Because they put her in bad health. See this? A nurse had to come. This person can't move. And the thieves, you see that? Look at that. One is distracting the other one. But there's somebody back here who's just snickering, just excited because they're watching the whole thing. I keep getting the influence that somebody involved in this is pregnant or they're a parent. Could be both. Somebody involved in this who ended up in bad health or bad mental health is pregnant. And I'm going to stand by that. You see this? The child then came out. But when it's all said and done, they're going to end up in court. And that look like that judge ain't feeling not a damn thing that they saying. I had a drink over here, completely knocked it over, so I guess that libation was supposed to be donated to the universe. But anybody that knows me and knows I go deep in depth knows that when I decide to smoke in a reading, it's called putting some smoke on it, because I'm sending tobacco and certain herbs up to the ancestors. It's like a smoke version of libation. And when I put some smoke on it, the information start running out. So I feel like Nazeer, out of all the friends, now I pulled a lot on her so-called bestie, but I feel like I need to put some smoke on you. Y'all can't see it, but I'm blowing smoke on my deck. All right, Nazeer Wiggins. We're going to start asking you questions according to the first lie you told, starting with the flight log, to the last lie you just told 5 minutes before I started this reading. I might not stop doing the reading because you just don't seem to stop lying. But hopefully the spirit guides pick out the most important lies, and then we can dissect them and find out the truth. So, Nazeer, what was really happening at the house when you got there? Because the discrepancy in the flight log has already been discovered, where you were there 3 to 3.5 hours earlier than you claim you were. What was really happening at the house when you got there, Nazeer? Baby, hold on. Hope this resolution is good enough. So you got the King of Swords to the 8 of Cups. That means the person who orchestrated all of this, the cold-hearted person who considers themselves to be the mastermind, the businessman out of this, the person who had the cutthroat mentality of this situation. Listen, this is already incriminating somebody already, and I just uploaded their reading. See this? 3 of Cups, 3 of Swords, Knight of Cups. The person who extended the offer for her to come down there had already started the collaboration that started the heartbreak. So pretty much when he got there, the torture was already underway. So he's lying. He walked into her being beaten. He witnessed her being assaulted. Baby, listen. You get used to watching me long enough, you know I read in the deck as I shuffle, and I also read when it hits the table. Okay? So, the reason why she was being attacked was for the bag. She was a big fish. The bag, because somebody needed security. Okay? And that is also the card of engagement, marriage, commitment as well. So, whoever was in this commitment, who invited her there, had already been full underway with starting the torture. And this is what you walked into. So you walked into the bullshit, Nazeer. Oh, did I say this reading is for entertainment purposes only? Nothing that I'm saying can be proven, but these are all spiritual hunches. We'll go there. How about that? Yeah, this was all about stability. 4 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, baby. Listen, don't you play with me and my spirit guides. This fight was to secure the bag so that when somebody walked away, they can have stability in their household and their family situations. And that's why you set her up. To get her down there the whole time was about getting her in a place where she had no choice but to hand over the bag. Now, I think I know, yep, she was the belle of the ball, which is the Queen of Wands. I think I know who you did this with, and it's only befitting because their spiritual energy, their reading ended with you. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Ooh-wee. Let me light up again because I'm going to need to calm down and relax already. Every time I think I can't get more and more pissed off going through the energy of these people, I realize that I might need some bail money because, damn it, this shit right here is all the way around fucked up. I haven't found a good reason yet why anybody is mad, and I keep pulling on the energy that this girl was so sweet, so nice, and she was around a whole bunch of damn snakes and crocodiles. Please give me a moment because I gotta smoke to calm myself down. This shit is really, really taxing at my spirit. I'm trying so hard not to be upset, but these bitches deserve to go to the lowest funded prison in Mexico with the worst human safety concerns, and they should be escorted by a bunch of rogue cops, because this is some bullshit. Okay, let me get off my soapbox. So here it is. You know, you see her, the last card out, the Queen of Wands, and then you see the Ten of Cups. She felt like she was amongst family and friends. She felt safe going. So I keep saying, I keep getting all this weird, strange sexual energy. This Knight of Wands. He was on her ass. He wanted her. Which is weird because he planned this with the person who executed organizing her assault. And that person is gay. So it's like, how the hell do you throw yourself at somebody knowing that this is not your preference? It's like he was so in the closet and so DL that he didn't realize everybody else saw him and the lights was on. If that makes sense. So it's like Quilla picked up on something. Baby, oh my gosh. So these people, the people she thought was family and friends, honey. These people that she thought was family and friends, Ten of Cups. Here they go. Six of Pentacles. They were trying to hit a lick, okay? They all was trying to get a bag out this situation. And when I say a bag, was supposed to be a major bag. They were trying to clean her out. Now, I don't know Quilla's actual net worth. I heard it was around 5 million. So just imagine if your net worth is 5 million and you with some people that don't really get money and they don't understand how this works to where you can possibly only put your hands on so much at a time, because when you really start signing out large amounts of money at the bank, it's got to be signatures on things, and you got to call in and set up an appointment, because even the bank only keeps a certain amount due to insurance purposes. But they had a scheme like this. This was like the bootleg version to set it off. King of Wands, very fixed and focused on this intention. Like hell-bent even on getting his money, and was willing by any means. Okay? Wounded warrior. That means the wounded warrior is somebody who has suffered from multiple attacks. I picked up in that last reading that I felt like, I think it was Winter Donovan's reading, I'm not sure, I believe it was. I saw a vision where it was like Kill Bill, where multiple people put hands on her, and it was like a revolving ass whooping. It was horrible. But they beat her till she couldn't take no more. But it was multiple people. It wasn't like what we saw with that video where it was one person. I feel like it's a video for each ass whooping, to be honest with you. And this was all about money. get into the bag. What's the name of their gang? Something gang. Shit. See that? Everything came to an end. Death transition into a new beginning once something comes to an end. Because she went in her Queen of Swords. She wasn't for their bullshit. She didn't agree to whatever it was that somebody was trying to get her to agree to do. Whew. Give me a minute. It's like I gotta calm down. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, Knight of Swords to the Sun. Somebody rushed in, you know, with communication at happier times, or just some goofy motherfucker came in telling them, you know, listen. Now, this is a card of rest. I mean, she was late to rest, but this is a card of rest. This is like somebody letting somebody know she was resting. She in there sleeping like she dead. She resting. She's sleeping hard. This was a collaborative effort. They collaborated against the Queen of Swords, who would be the businesswoman, who also is the woman who they consider to have a sharp tongue or a smart mouth. And these sneaky people that could not be trusted, Seven of Swords, decided that they were going to cut her off. That explains why everybody was so funny acting towards her. Something she didn't bend on, something she didn't comply with. And they had already fixed it in their head. They were going to get it by any means. So this is the vibe that she walked into when she first got there. But let's be very clear. My spirit guides are saying that he walked into this. This was taking place when he got there. Oh, goodness gracious. He literally walked into this. So, just imagine that you get off the plane. You're on your way, you let people know you touched down, and they let you know, oh, it's going down. And you get there in the midst of everything going down. What is that? So this is something that progressed over time because it landed trying. The hold on. Lord. It happened over time, but they moved on her swiftly. 8 of Swords to the Star to the 9 of Swords. They moved on her swiftly to force her to agree with some kind of bootleg ass agreement that they had. And she was in high anxiety. Notice, hold on, where's that card? This 9 of Swords. Notice, this woman is where? She's in the bed. And then you see this person up here? They decide they're going to be blind justice. They catch this woman in the bed and decide that they're going to make her pay for something while she's in the bed. And she's in the bed distraught, like, what the fuck is going on? Now, remember, I had been saying I felt like they dropped something in her drink. So she was a little groggy. She was out of it. She was completely dead sleep because of something that she had been given. Oh my God, this shit can't get fucking worse. And then it does. Okay, so you see the weight of the world on shoulders, right? It ended up being on her shoulders because they had all decided as a group to cut her off 2 of Swords. But when they decided to cut her off, this is when they decided to put something in her drink. She didn't drink a lot. It wasn't a lot at all. 2 cups at the bottom of the deck. I keep saying it's the two lovers, the two soulmates that came together and schemed on a plot and a plan to get to the bag. These two were generals and they had a lieutenant, and the lieutenant was a female. Yep. Listen. Finally came out, hit the table. They cut her off 2 of swords. Look what's at the bottom of the deck. 8 of swords. She didn't realize that she was in an unsafe environment yet. Excuse me. But they decided they were going to keep her from leaving. At that point, this was the point of no return. Once she couldn't leave, it was over. Also at that point, these two came together. Nazeer, I keep getting that you were there, sweetheart. you bitch. That's what I meant by that, sweetheart. 5 of swords. Before there was a fight, there started off with very harsh communication. There was an argument. They argued about somebody's ships coming in, some money. Damn, so she's sitting there, she's being forced into this argument. This argument is about money. She's not giving anybody anything. They're already agitated because we learned in the last reading with Khalil that Khalil was spreading messages, agitating everybody, angering everybody. And this is a yes, full throttle. Everybody decided to make a move on her. But once it was all said and done, they got the hell on. Once they got her abundance. But they didn't get what they wanted. They didn't get what they wanted. They walked away more so like this. What they got was not even a drop in the hat compared to what she had. I keep stating that after, I want to say the last reading, I said after they got another room, they paid for flights, they split up her cash and whatever belongings she had, they didn't even get $2,000 a piece. And that's collective with the clothing and the accessories and jewelry that they done stole. Like, her jewelry was good jewelry, so if somebody try to sell that jewelry or whatever, it's gonna have some kind of laser inscription on the diamonds or somewhere in the jewelry. So even turning in her jewelry is gonna help get them caught. I don't know why that just came to me, but it did. I keep saying somebody involved in this is pregnant, but her mother, yeah, they're saying her mother is working hard. Her mother is working hard. See, and when you get a mother that won't give up, it's over. It's like our mother's finding new strength every day because of the choices that y'all made. Yep, these choices that y'all made, you made as well. Mr. Nazeer Wiggins. All of y'all are a man alone. Y'all all separated and y'all off by yourself. You are now social pariahs. My sage is burning even higher. Look at this. I said the lovers, the people behind this whole situation is lovers. Ooh, the secret you was trying to keep. What's the song I'm channeling? It's like a rock song. I hear the secrets that you keep when you talking in your sleep. So the pillow talking, whatever y'all had going on, whatever vibe y'all had going on, it's about to come out. Mr. Ladies Man, sounds like you're more so one of the ladies. Sitting up here by yourself. Look at that. You like Otis Redding, sitting at the dock of the bay, waiting for time to just roll on away. Because you know it's only a matter of time before this all comes to a head. The United States just announced, the FBI just announced that they give permission to Mexico for extradition. All y'all got to do is be picked up. So now y'all gonna have mercenaries picking y'all up, because what happens is they send bounty hunters, and a lot of these bounty hunters are retired paramilitary. On top of the fact that Mexico can hire cartel runners to come and get y'all if they want to. Ooh, because it's by any means necessary to get y'all now, because y'all have caused the infrastructure over Mexico to have to make a hot potato decision. They had to juggle and go with what was going with their money. So they're working hard, because they'll be damned if you little roach ass bastards mess up their tourism. This opportunity that y'all saw coming in, the ships that y'all saw coming in, because y'all money was slow, okay? Knight of Pentacles, y'all money was slow. Y'all brought her life to rest because you wanted her abundance. But her true abundance was that she loved what she was doing, and she was just full of love as a person. That's why she was the real King of Pentacles. Nazeer, before I get too fucking upset, it was something else you said that was highly disturbing to me, and I know I'm on the right path because this damn sage, hold on, see this sage? The sage is kicking up. It's burning real high. I mean, it's burning really high, and it's just started. You made the comment about Quilla couldn't breathe. You gave her CPR. First you said when she came in the house, she was just chilling. And I believe that to be true because, mind you, they caught her in the bed sleeping. They jumped her, right? They went into position and set everything up while she was sleeping. So he just exposed once again, when he came into the house, she was okay. He had to tell 2 more stories about what happened when he got in the house because he realized he fucked up and told the truth. So, then you said, well, when I came in, you know, I was told that Quilla had alcohol poisoning. So I took care of her and I treated her as such. And that to me seemed very flimsy, and it felt like you was going somewhere weird with it. And I was right. You said that you gave her CPR. Now, mind you, he never did say that the CPR didn't work. He never did say, you know, I gave her CPR and she was coming to for a little bit, but she started choking. Nothing. No results from the CPR. And then it hit me. So I'm going to get all these cards off the floor so I can shuffle and start again. It hit me. Why was he trying to put his DNA on her body in his statement? He also made the statement that I try my best to get y'all the timeline, the FBI, I mean the real FBI, you know, they could figure it out. He knew this shit was about to be investigated. That's what he got nervous about. He said he had death threats. Between the death threats and the FBI, this is why he actually spoke. But once again, why did you have to make sure we knew you put your DNA on her body? Because CPR meant you put your DNA on her body in a place that could have been considered a sexual erogenous zone. So let's talk about that. Why did you let us know that you put your DNA on her body? Hold on. The Independent Woman, Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. I keep getting that all of these bastards was trying to trick her into working with them. Whether she put them on her payroll or she angel invested in them. Because they had no intention of paying her back. I don't see any real coins around any of them in these readings. Everybody, yep, this is why they set her up. Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck when I was shuffling the cards. Yep, they set her up over her wealth. She was manipulated into coming down here. And once they got her down there, the plan was to keep her trapped until they could get her wealth. She had no idea that this trip in itself was a trap. So that they can get her money. They manipulated her for her money. I'm going to get ready to wrap this reading up. I'm only going to do a few of these cards. Bottom of the deck, liar, false story. So Quilla already saying he a liar. She's saying his whole story is fraud. So I'm definitely on the right track. My co-defendant took me out. Okay? That to me means people about to start telling on each other. They realizing they catching this case, and folks about to start reaching for deals left and right because they ain't built for that Mexican time. Set up at the room. Okay? She said in the last reading she was set up in the room. Crime of passion. So, y'all overdid it because it was a crime of passion. They took my jewelry. This was not a real robbery. So what was she saying to me, because that came out in the last reading too, what she's saying to me was, the shit that y'all stole out the room wasn't the real robbery. The real lick was y'all wanted her to hand over shit that had to do with her business and her, like, bank accounts and, like, the real money, the real bag. Damn it, this damn sage is burning high. Liar, false story. I underestimated my opponents. I died in my sleep. Listen, that came out in the last one. The reason why she keeps saying she died in her sleep, oh my God, sacrifice at the bottom of the deck. That came out in the last one. She keeps reiterating that she was asleep. She was snatched out of her sleep. And before she could even get the grips on what was going on, it was too late. She went straight from sleep, minding her business, to being attacked and died. It's cold. It's getting dark. Yep. They snatched her out the bed, beat her, and killed her. So, I'm going to end this reading here. Oh, gosh. I keep saying I don't want to be angry doing these readings, but it's no way that you could literally see that this girl was such a sweet spirit and she didn't do anything to anybody. And these people were so evil, so hateful, so nasty towards her. And it was all about jealousy and her abundance. So this is my reading on Nazeer Wiggins. The Closet Undercover. Gay freak. I don't know why he won't just come out the closet and be comfortable. You can be gay and happy. Like, it happens every day. It's called people living in their truth. So because you're not really willing to live in your truth, allegedly, it's a possibility that you and your lover, both jealous and hateful of this woman's success, came up with a plan when you couldn't use her and she said no to your schemes. Y'all decided to make her get down or lay down. Once again, nobody intended on her dying. Heavenly Father, ancestors, and angels, please close out all the energy of this spiritual interview. Please return my energy to me and return Nazeer's energy to Mexico, along with the rest of his unfortunate ass friends. With that being said, please give us justice for Quilla. I bring this reading to a close, and this reading is adjourned.